Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we are going to continue to talk about Mamma Mia from 2008. Okay, this movie, if you want to call it a movie, I call it 2 hours of torture. But I'm going to review it because I said I was going to review it. I'd never seen the movie before. I'd heard about it, I'd seen the posters and stuff. I heard women talk about it and stuff, but I never got into it. To me, it was just gay stuff, okay? That's all it was. I know it's supposed to be about some heterosexual couples, but it's gay, all right? It's just gay, all right? There's nothing heterosexual about this movie at all, all right? And, so I avoided it, it's not my thing. Luckily, no one ever made me watch it. No girl I ever dated told me I needed to go see it or nothing like that. So I even question how much of a rom-com this is, how much of a chick flick this is, because, it's when it comes to chick flicks, I don't ever really see it up there, okay? Even though it's supposed to be a chick flick, So I just assumed it was a chick flick, I knew it was gay, but aren't all chick flicks gay? Okay, doesn't every chick flick rom-com have the gay best friend in there somewhere? Okay, exactly, all right? That's every sitcom, that's freaking... whatever the sitcoms are that are out there. Okay, there's always a gay guy in there. You can't make a movie without a gay guy in there. You sure as hell can't make a woman-centric TV show or movie without a gay guy in there somewhere. Okay, or a lesbian or some junk like that. So of course that stuff is like insect repellent for men. We're not going to watch that crap. All right, so we're going to avoid it. Or if we think it's going to be gay, we're going to avoid it. All right. And so I avoided this movie for a long time, but I figured, okay, it's a musical, okay, which right there is pretty gay. Yeah, but I did musical theater before, okay, and yes, I was one of the few straight guys there, okay, so I know the people that make this shit, okay, I know the type of people that make this stuff, all right. I'm so sick and tired of whenever I hear people talking about discrimination of gays and lesbians in theater. It is the opposite. They discriminate against heterosexuals. Okay, in theater, okay? That's the truth. Like, why do you think Hollywood's the way it is? Okay? They discriminate against heterosexuals, all right? In theater, in Hollywood, okay? And, think about it, okay? For every Ryan Gosling out there, there's 500 Nathan Lanes, okay? And that's the truth. That is the truth, okay? I've done it. I know, it's the truth, all right? You want to talk about being the outcast. Okay, I know what it's like to be the outcast. All right. This genre musicals. Even like recently, Joker, Folie à Deux. First of all, nobody went to go see that. Okay, but how are you gonna get straight people to see a musical? Okay, it's very difficult. The only reason there's even musicals that I like is because my parents or my aunts, my mom, whatever, took me to the theater to go see it. Okay, I was a little kid, like Grease. I ended up loving Grease, okay? But it was my aunt that brought me to the theater. Okay, I was probably like, 5 years old when that came out? It was my aunt that took me to the theater to go see that movie. It's not like I asked her, can I go see it? No. Okay, except Annie. I was a little kid when Annie came out. Okay, I think I watched that on cable. I think I watched it on HBO, because we had HBO back then, okay? And, because that's what was on, okay? Annie. So I ended up liking it, So there are musicals out there that are pretty good, but like recently, you think I'm gonna go see La La Land? Are you out of your freaking mind? Why the hell would I want to go see that? Okay, there's nothing heterosexual about that movie. That's what I'm talking about. The musicals had their own genre, and it's usually gay men, women and gay men, old white women and gay men. They're the ones, that watch that stuff. They're the ones that produce that stuff. They're also the majority of the Academy Awards Council. Okay, they're the ones that run Hollywood. Okay, is the old ladies and the gay guys. They're the ones that run Hollywood, whether you want to believe it or not. They're the ones that are in most of the positions of power. Okay, definitely in the publishing industry. Okay, you can't get a book published, okay, unless there's going to be a woman editor, a woman publisher. Okay, that's the way it is, man. But no one ever talks about that. No one talks about the sexism that's going on in the publishing industry or in the Hollywood industry or any of that kind of stuff. No one ever talks about that. You see what I mean? It's always the straight white Christian men that are the problem. You see what I mean? And that's just a load of crap. That's just a load of crap, right? And this movie is just another example of that, okay? If you wanted to make a movie that's going to appeal to the majority of people, it's got to appeal to the majority of people, okay? And there's nothing in here for a straight man to watch. I sat through this entire thing, okay? Why do you think it took so long for me to make these videos, okay? Because I actually had to sit through this stuff. I can only take small doses, honestly. And I have not felt this way. If you look at the last video I made a week ago, all right? I can only take small doses of this. All right, the last time I felt this way was when I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, and I got halfway into that movie and I turned that crap off. I have still, to this day, I've never finished watching that movie. And I'm not going to. Okay, that's how painful it was. That's how I was getting sick in my stomach. And that's how I felt watching this movie. Okay, because first of all, I was a toddler when ABBA was really big in the late 70s. But I remember those songs. I remember my aunts and uncles dancing to that stuff. I remember listening to the radio. The disco's the first music I ever remember. When I was a small child. I remember disco. I remember the impact that Saturday Night Fever had on the zeitgeist at that time. I remember that. It's one of my earliest memories, but I remember that. I remember how popular disco was. I remember my uncle, getting dressed to go out with my aunt, and he was wearing the bell bottoms, and the tight, polyester suits with the big collars, I remember that, the afros, I remember all that when I was a little boy. So I remember the impact, okay? I remember listening to ABBA on the radio. Okay, Dancing Queen, all that stuff, and it's like it brings back those memories. Okay, but watching these actors, not singers, actors, butcher these lyrics is just disgusting. It's like, oh my God, I read on Wikipedia that ABBA actually went to the premiere. This was a Broadway show before they decided to make it into a movie. Okay, 20 years. I think it came out. The Broadway show. I believe came out in the year 2000, okay? And because of the success of that Broadway show, they decided to make it into a movie in 2008, all right? But apparently ABBA, the original ABBA, was in the audience for the premiere of this Broadway show, Mamma Mia. And if I was there, I would have burned down the set. If I was a member of ABBA, I would have sued and sued and sued. How dare you butcher our hard work into this crap fest? All right, that's how I feel about ABBA. Okay? To this day, I don't not know what ABBA thinks about this. Obviously, they got paid very well. Maybe they're just sellouts. I mean, they quit having hits in the early 80s. They didn't have any more hits in the early 80s. Okay, they were pretty much done. Their era was the late 70s. That was it. Okay, early 70s they were up and coming. Late 70s they hit their peak, and then once the 80s came, they were done. ABBA was done. They went the way of disco, So I know they made their money, and maybe they needed the money, so they allowed it. That's what I kind of think. I don't think they really gave their blessing so much as, hey, I need the money. That's what I think happened. All right, but anyway, so they got well paid for it. They got compensated, but in a lot of ways they sold out. They really did, okay? Because they gave these people control of their music. Their most famous songs are in this movie, and they're butchered. They're terrible. Okay, Meryl Streep doesn't sound anything like ABBA. Neither does Pierce Brosnan. I mean, these people, they don't sound like professional singers. That's why they're not professional singers. Okay, the only one with a decent voice would be Amanda Seyfried. Okay. But but she's just a plot device in this movie. She's just the one that everything revolves around her. Everything revolves around her getting what she wants. That's what this whole movie's about. It's about Sophie getting what she wants, and everyone bowing down to her and catering to her every single need. No one ever tells Sophie no in this movie. They never do. And that's just another problem with this movie. So, in other words, there's a lot of reasons this movie it sucks. I'm going to get into these reasons specifically, one by one, as I review every single goddamn scene in this movie. But I'm going to give you straight man's point of view, because that's what I do here. Okay? Now, a lot of you are going to be put off by the way I'm going to talk to you here, but I don't care. Okay? If you're a woman out there and you're watching this video, if you're a beautiful woman and you're watching this video, okay? I got news for you, okay? You probably don't understand, or you've probably never really spent that much time thinking about. Okay, but most people have lied to you. Okay, you don't know what the truth is. Okay, for a lot of you. Okay, you don't know what the truth is. Okay, because people are going to lie to you to get what they want. And if you're an attractive woman, okay, no one's going to tell you the fucking truth. Unless it's someone that has nothing to gain. Okay, and what I mean by that is if you have a good relationship with your dad, Okay, if your dad loves you a lot and you're close to him, or you got some brothers that are strong and they love you a lot and they're close to you, okay, they'll fucking tell you the truth. They will tell you the truth, okay? Because they're not trying to fuck you, okay? But other people are not going to tell you the truth, okay? Because they can't. Because they know what will happen if they tell you the truth. You'll get offended. You'll get offended and you won't want to talk to this person anymore. And that goes against their desire to want to have sex with you. So they know it doesn't work, okay? So they're going to say what they think they need to say to different levels of success, all right, in order to get what they want from you, all right? So they're not going to tell you the truth. And, I'm not going to do that. I got nothing to gain by lying to you. I'm going to tell the honest to God truth because you need to hear it. Okay, these chick flicks are not going to tell you the truth. The media is not going to tell you the truth. They're just trying to get money out of you. Okay? They're trying to get you to vote for certain people. Okay? They want you to believe this ideology that you're being oppressed so that you can feel like a victim, so that you can feel righteous to do whatever the fuck you want with no consequences. Okay? And that victim mentality is not going to work. Okay? Because people have woken up to that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right? All of us have to be responsible for our own actions. I do. You do. It doesn't matter what you look like. Okay? But as we get older, we can't be sheltered from these things. So how are we going to deal with life if we're never exposed to it? If we've always been protected from it? You want to know why these middle-aged women are having fucking meltdowns? Have you ever wondered why women like in their 40s and 50s are getting plastic surgery out like a motherfucker, but yet men aren't doing that? Have you ever wondered about that? Huh? Because you see it all the time. You see it everywhere. Yeah, we all have to act like we don't notice it. We have to act like it's not a problem. And it is. It is. It's because you've been lied to. You spent your whole life being told something. So that people can get what they want. And now you're not getting told that anymore. And you're getting mad. And you're realizing, oh my God. This ain't, I was lied to. Okay, well, I want to tell you the truth right now so that this doesn't happen to you. Okay? So you don't just believe this shit, okay? And I know how easy it is to fall in love with the media and to be raised by Hollywood, okay? I was raised by Hollywood, for Christ's sake, all right? My dad left me when I was a little boy, all right? I didn't have a father figure growing up. So what did I do? Okay, what did I do? I turned fucking Sylvester Stallone into my father figure. Rambo became my father figure. And as I got a little bit older, then next thing here comes, Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis. And they became my dads, my three dads, okay? In my young childish imagination, they were my fathers. I had three dads, okay? And I had to look at them to be the examples of masculinity, to be the role models, okay? And no kid should ever have to do that. You should have a real role model right there, okay? But I didn't. So I had to make them up. You see what I mean? And when you do that, when you have so much trust and faith into the fucking Hollywood media, okay, you're more likely to do what they want you to do, which is all about feeding you bullshit statements that are going to make you feel better, about yourself. But mostly it's to spend money. That's just a camouflage for what they really want. Spend money on this product. Spend money on this movie. They're going to conflate like feminism with a friggin' with a Taylor Swift movie, because that means that if you fucking if you don't spend your money on the Taylor Swift movie, then you're not a feminist. You see these things, they're gonna try to link these things together. You see what I mean? And if people fall for that, I fell for that as a young man. Okay, I don't want you to fall for that. I want you to see. I want you to give you a peek behind the curtain and see how you're being manipulated, so that you make more intelligent choices in your life. And yes, sometimes those choices are going to be difficult. They absolutely will. But wouldn't you rather know the truth, okay, than be fed a shit sandwich for the rest of your life, only to find out it was a shit sandwich when you're too old to do anything about it? See what I mean? So in a way, I think I'm providing a service here for you. Most guys know what I'm going to tell you. Okay, they know, but then they're not going to tell you. Because, they don't want to have problems with you. They don't want to argue with you. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to, I don't care about it. I got nothing to gain by lying to you. That's why I talk the way I do. I'm very frank. All right? I'm going to talk to you that way. Because some of you need that. You fucking need that. All right? Anyway, I hope you're ready for it, okay? Because in my time, I think I'm probably doing you a service, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly what a straight man thinks about this movie, okay? Now, you can go on YouTube, you can watch some idiot over there telling you about how it's a great musical, oh my God, I love the songs, okay? You know, and then that guy's going to get fucked in the ass by his boyfriend after he turns the camera off, okay? I'm not going to do that, all right? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth of what real men think about this movie, okay? Because there's no real men in this movie, number one, all right? Anyway, so let's move right along. So obviously we know the whole premise here, okay? Sophie, she sends letters to her potential father figures because she managed to find her mom's diary in the attic. Her mom does not know it's missing, and she read it all, and she knows that her mom was fucking 3 different guys at around the same time when she was conceived, when Sophie was conceived. So one of these guys must be her dad. Of course, this was 21 years ago, and those men never ever came back to the island. They never ever called Donna, Sophie's mom. Obviously Donna never contacted them to let them know that they have a kid or that they might have a kid. You know, none of that stuff happened. All right. Sophie found this diary, okay, and somehow she managed to get their addresses, okay, and sent them all letters. And wouldn't you know it, all 3 of these men, they're all successful, they're all rich, they're all old, okay, like her mom. Her mom is actually played by a 59-year-old Meryl Streep. They do not say how old Meryl Streep's character, Donna Sheridan, is in this movie, but Meryl Streep was 59 years old when this movie came out, so she was probably 58 when they filmed it. I do know Amanda Seyfried's character is 20 years old in this movie, played by a 23-year-old Amanda Seyfried. Okay, but we know that Sophie's character is 20 years old because that is referenced in the movie. Okay, so that would mean that Donna was 37, 38 when she was impregnated by one of these 3 men. And these 3 men, out of all 3 of them, they would have also been in their late 30s when they impregnated her, with the exception of Harry, played by Colin Firth. If you do the math on that, Colin Firth was actually 48 years old when this movie came out. So his character would have been 28, 27, 26 maybe, if he's the one that, when he impregnated Donna, if it was him. That makes a lot more sense, because, partying, being a punk rocker, that kind of stuff, and making stupid ass decisions is something that usually people in their 20s do that, okay? But not someone who's 37 years old, okay? 27-year-old, 20-year-old, I could see that, okay? But not a 37-year-old, okay? That's crap, okay? If they're trying to make Donna seem younger, then why don't they just state her age? But they don't, because like I said, Meryl Streep was 59 when this movie came out. Okay, so obviously right there the math doesn't make any sense. And in case you think like, well, maybe she's just playing younger, okay? She didn't have to be her real age. She could have been 40 years old, 42. Okay, yeah, that doesn't explain how her 2 best friends who are also in this movie, Tanya and Rosie, are also in their late 50s. Okay, Tanya here, played by Christine Baranski, is actually 56 years old when this movie came out. And Rose Mulligan, played by Julie Waters, was fucking 58 years old when this movie came out. So that means her best friends are just as old as she is. Okay? How are we supposed to pretend they're younger? You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. This movie makes no friggin' sense. All right? Anyway, Donna's here. She owns an island. She owns a villa on an island called Kalakari Island, which is Greek for summer. So basically, summer in Greece, okay? Summer in Greece, in Greek, okay? So that's a summer island, okay? She owns a villa there, all right? Which she runs by herself with her daughter, I guess, okay? And, football YMCA. God, I lost my train of thought. Like I said, Sophie mailed out the letters. Of course, these 3 men, okay, Sam, Pierce Brosnan's character, is a successful architect in downtown Manhattan in New York. He receives a letter. He stops everything he's fucking doing. He stops working on the skyscraper that he's designing and immediately hops on a plane to go to Greece. Okay, Colin Firth is a guy named Harry Bright. He's a banker. He's 48 years old. He's got dogs. He's got a fucking limousine driver. He's got a chauffeur, sorry. Okay, he reads like the UK equivalent of the Wall Street Journal. He gets the letter. Okay, he's got nothing else going on in his life either. He's got no wife, no kids, no nothing, no responsibilities. He gets the letter too, and he immediately hops on a plane to go to Greece. Then we got Bill played by Stellan Skarsgård, okay? And he's like this, he's on a motorcycle, so he's supposed to be some badass, wild biker boy, okay, even though he's fucking like Swedish or something. Anyway, he's driving his motorcycle. He's also got a boat, okay, he dresses down, he's relaxed, you know, he's the kind of guy that he's like a hippie, but like in 2008, okay, smokes weed, you know, he's a successful travel writer, but he has no responsibilities other than to himself. He just hops on a motorcycle and goes where the fuck he wants. He's got no wife, he's got no kids, he's got no responsibilities at all, okay? He's basically a man-child, all right? All these men are man-childs. These are not real men. Can you honestly tell me that men that are always successful, and what I mean by that is none of them have to worry about money, okay? Like I said, Bill has his own boat. Okay, he's got his own motorcycle. He's a very famous travel writer. As a matter of fact, Harry's even had read his books before on planes. He even mentions that in the movie. Okay, and obviously, I mean, Sam is a successful artist. He's designing skyscrapers in New York, so obviously he's very successful. Okay, and none of these men have girlfriends, have wives. Okay, Sam has kids, but we don't ever see them. And how old are his kids? He says later on that his kids are fully grown. Okay, but okay, if they're fully grown, then he must have like impregnated his wife when 20 years ago, because he impregnated Donna 21 years ago, which means that those kids will be 18 or 19. Okay, so he recently lost them. Okay, and that's if, you know, they were born right away. They're probably 18 or 17. You know, or maybe they live with who knows? Okay, but he implies that they're men now. Okay, but you know, I mean, 17, 18, you could make that kind of. But, you know, whatever. All right. No, they're definitely not Sophie's age. And Sophie's 20. All right. So he's got nothing going on in his life either. Okay. You're going to tell me that these three men, they're all in their 50s. Well, Colin Firth is 48. The other men, Sam, played by Pierce Bronson, was actually 55 years old when this movie came out. So you got a 54-year-old man. Okay. And then you got Stellan Skarsgård's character, Bill, was 57 when this movie came out. So you got a 56-year-old man and a 54-year-old man. And they have no girlfriends and no lives other than just, you know, going to work. And then you got 48-year-old Harry, played by Colin Firth, who's also got no life. He's got a well-paying job, but he's got no life. No girlfriend, no kids, no ex-wives, no nothing. Nothing. So these men basically spent the past 21 years sitting on their ass and waiting for something to happen. Are you honestly going to expect me to believe that a real man would do this? No. Maybe one of them is a weak man and they'll do it. Maybe two of them are weak men and they will do that. But you're going to tell me that all three of them are weak men that won't move on with their lives? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And in case you're saying like, oh, hey, well, I'm into that maybe. Okay, in case you're one of those women that are watching this and saying that now, what the fuck would Donna, our main the person we're supposed to feel sorry for the whole movie and empathize with, Donna, because she was a strong single mom, okay, who did it all by herself, okay? Why the fuck would she be fucking three weak men at the same time? What is it about these men that she found attractive? Other than they all have pussies just like her. You see what I mean? It kind of makes her look bad. I guess since this movie was created by gay people, who gives a fuck, right? About heterosexual characters, right? And I say heterosexual in quotations. All right, anyway. So anyway, they all stop whatever the fuck, their nothing lives that they were leading. They all go to fucking Greece, all right? We meet Sophie's girlfriends show up. They all have British accents. They show up on the island, of course. That's where the girl, oh my God, you know, that immature fucking cheerleader shit that young girls like to do. Okay, Sophie tells them she's getting married tomorrow. Why the fuck are they now showing up one day before the wedding? If these are your bridesmaids, okay, shouldn't have been helping you plan this wedding the whole time? Shouldn't have they already been there? Shouldn't have already picked out the outfits and gotten all that kind of stuff? Okay, this movie expects you not to think about that, all right? Maybe because gay people created it, all right? Anyway, so she's getting married tomorrow, okay, and she tells them, now, the day before her wedding, she tells them that she invited her three dads, to the wedding, okay? Her best friends don't live with, now her best friends, okay, who both have British accents, and don't forget, Sophie's Greek. Now, yeah, she's American because her mom was American, but she was born in Greece, and she grew up in Greece. So why does she have an American accent? Yet her two besties both have British accents. That makes no fucking sense. How did they become besties? Did Sophie go to school in London with them or something? And if that's the case, why doesn't Sophie have a British accent as well? Isn't that, this is what I'm talking about, all right? All right. So that's going on here, okay? And how is it that her best friends did not know that Sophie was going to invite her real dads? Okay, don't you think she would have told her best friends before she told her mom? Of course. Of course. All right? Anyway, I'm not a girl, but at least I know that. Okay? Anyway, so Sophie's friends are British and Sophie's Greek, but she has an American accent. That's kind of bullshit. All right. Anyway, Sophie's mom said her dad was this is what Sophie tells her girlfriends. Sophie says that her mom, Donna, told her that her dad was a summer romance and he left before she was born. Okay. So she found mom's old diary and read it. Okay. She dated a man named Sam. Okay. Who was the one, according to the diary. Yeah, right. Okay, and then we start hearing Honey, Honey, an ABBA song, all right? And of course, they sing the song, they run in the wilderness. Yes, they run in the wilderness. These her friends don't have any baggage. They don't have any luggage. They go straight from the pier where they got dropped off to running around in the woods, all right? Singing Honey, Honey, okay? And reading the diary, okay? She brought the diary with her, okay? Reading about Sam, about what her mom wrote about Sam in the diary, okay? And apparently Sam left Donna to go marry someone else. All right, like what the fuck? Okay, first of all, Donna obviously is going to hold this against Sam. Is going to still be angry about it. Okay, but we'll get to that later. But the fact that Donna knew he was engaged to another woman, and yet she still pursued a relationship with this man, for a woman who's really good at blowing off straight men that talk to her, she couldn't blow off a young Sam when he flirted with her, okay, and happened to mention to her that he was also engaged to another woman. She couldn't fucking just blow him off back then? Huh? No, I guess not, right? Okay, yeah. Then she starts... So Donna started, okay, once Sam left to go marry the other woman, that was when Donna immediately started fucking Bill, okay, who Donna wrote down in her diary was wild and funny, but she still thinks about Sam. Okay, so while he's pumping away at her, she's thinking about Sam, who's pumping away at another girl, right? Okay, so why keep a diary, okay, when you never intended to tell your daughter the truth, okay? That's what I don't understand, okay? She never told her daughter who her father really was. Okay, so all this information is new to Sophie. Okay, she just discovered it recently. Okay, why the fuck would you write down this shit that you never ever wanted your daughter to find out? Why would you write it down in a place that her daughter could easily get to? I mean, was there a lock in the attic or something? Okay, was there a lock in the box that had this diary in there? No, there wasn't. Okay, Sophie just stumbled across it. And Donna, not once in the past 20 years, ever thought that her daughter might stumble across her diary, revealing all the men that she was fucking at the same time that she got pregnant with her daughter, right? It makes no sense, does it? Okay. Anyway, then she meets Harry, according to the diary, after Bill. We don't know how that relationship ended. Okay, I'm guessing, what's her name? Donna told him to get lost because she was still thinking about Sam, a man that she could never have. Will never have. And then she meets Harry. Okay, and Harry, who was so sweet and understanding, that's because he's gay, okay, probably braided her hair too, that she couldn't help herself when she showed him the island. Okay, she couldn't help but sleep with him. Okay, despite the fact that she might have already been pregnant by two men. All right, anyway, so Sam and Bill, okay, Harry, okay, so according to this diary, Donna was fucking Sam and Bill in July of 1979, and she was fucking Harry in August of 1979. So it's pretty close together, all right? Now, remember this. Donna would have been 38 years old when she was fucking these guys, okay? Remember, 1979, and this movie takes place it takes place in 2000, but the actual movie came out in 2008. So, Meryl Streep's actual age was 59 years old, okay, when this movie came out, all right? So that would have meant that Donna would have been 38 years old, okay, when all this was going on in the summer of 1979. Sam would have been 34 years old, a little old to be just now getting engaged for the first time in your life, you know? Harry would have been 27. That would actually make sense. I can understand a guy who was, he's still in school, he's in grad school, whatever, in Europe. he runs into Donna, who's out there, selling her snatch for $50, 50 euros a pop. And she runs into Harry. Harry being a beta male, trying to act like he's an alpha male by trying to look punk or some shit, and he's got a guitar. Okay, she manages to bring him back to the island and fucks the shit out of him. He immediately falls in love with her, and she fucking kicks him to the curb. Despite the fact that she hated it when Sam did it to her, but she has no problem doing it to Harry. Okay, and I can see that happening to a 27-year-old. Okay, but remember, Don was 38 at the time. Okay, and then Bill would have been 36 years old when he fucked 38-year-old Donna and got her pregnant. And you, because you're stupid, just believed it. Okay, all right. So finally, we meet Donna, Meryl Streep's character, and yes, she does look 59. Okay, we meet Donna, who greets. She's wearing overalls and shit. Her handyman uniform. Her hair's in a bun, all that kind of crap. She's got the bandana around, all that kind of shit, right? Okay, so she greets the girls. Okay, and she tells the girls, you girls are having so much fun. I used to have fun. And they're like, oh, we know. And she's like that. Okay, yeah. Yeah. This is not how you keep things a secret, just so you know. All right. You don't want to tip off Donna that you've been reading her diary. Okay. So anyway, this movie makes no sense because it was written by gay people. Anyway, so Harry and Sam, they speed in taxis. Okay. Why? Why are they speeding in taxis? I'm assuming that Sophie mailed these letters, giving them enough time to really think about whether or not they want to show up. I'm pretty sure that when they all received these letters, according to this movie, they all received their letters at the exact same time. Remember, Sam is in New York, Harry is in London, and I think, I don't know. I think Bill was in Italy or something. Okay, so they would not have received these letters on the same day. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, much less the same time zones. All right. So they immediately get these letters and speed. And why are they speeding in a taxi? Didn't they give themselves enough travel time? Okay, it's not like somebody died or someone is dying and you need to get to the hospital quick. But these men are rushing to get there. Like they don't have enough time. Okay, so why would Sophie mail these letters so late? Okay, I'm guessing she should have mailed these letters at least a month before her wedding. Okay, so that it's not something you get in the middle, oh my God, I gotta stop what I'm doing right now and go. But that's what the movie implies, that's what happened. As soon as they got the letter, they had to stop everything that they were doing because they have no lives and get on a plane and or in Bill's case, get on his boat and get off the motorcycle, get on the boat and sail straight to Greece. That makes no sense, all right? Anyway, moving right along. Okay, they got to catch the boat to the island, okay, but they miss it, okay? So Harry and Sam, they meet each other this way, but they miss the boat. The boat takes off without them, like literally a minute before they arrived. So they're actually watching the boat sail away that they missed, okay? But they missed it. Donna's friends, Tanya and Rosie, are on that boat, though. So they did not miss it, okay? So her two best buds are there, okay? Getting drunk, acting like fucking idiots, okay? Sophie tells her friends that she sent her dad's invites pretending to be her mom. Okay, so they think they got a letter from Donna. Okay, the men do, okay? And telling them that their daughter is getting married, okay? Which makes no sense because later on in the movie we find out that they don't know why they're there. They don't know why they were invited to this wedding. They have no idea what the relationship is between Sophie and them, okay? Okay, and they agreed and are rushing on over now, okay, which makes no sense. They wouldn't have gotten the letters at the same time. They would have left at different times. They would have arrived at different times. Remember, these men did not know each other. They did not coordinate this thing, okay, with each other. So they could all arrive at the same time. So they would be in a perfect position to meet each other before they actually get to the island, okay? There's no way that could have happened. They weren't even in the same location when they got the letters, okay? Okay, if you're in New York, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer to get to Greece than it is someone who's in the UK or someone who's in Italy. You see what I mean? But yet they all arrive at the same time with enough time to meet each other before they actually get to the island. That's bullshit. Bullshit. All right? Okay, these men, they don't have businesses, personal or they don't have business responsibilities, personal responsibilities, or family responsibilities. Okay? None are afraid of what this information might mean to them. So if you got a letter saying you might have a daughter, okay, how the fuck is your wife or your kids gonna react to that? Exactly. Okay? None of them question the validity of this. Like, no, you're bullshitting me. There's no way. None of them are doing that. No, it can't be. You know, I had a vasectomy or whatever, okay? I'm not saying that would happen, but nobody questioned that this person that wrote the letter might be lying? That thought never occurred to them? Okay, none have resentment towards Donna, okay, and would have written back a letter going like, what the hell are you talking about, have a daughter? Or send me an email. Emails existed in 2000 when the movie takes place. Or they could have called her. Hey, wait a minute, Donna, before I spend, $5,000 to go to Greece, what the fuck is this about me having a daughter? What are you talking about? And then they would have found out the truth, that it was all set up by Sophie, that Donna didn't invite them. But yet none of these straight, strong, successful males ever thought of this. They just stopped what they were doing and went over there and arrived at the same time. Who the fuck wrote this shit? And none of these men are mad? If I found out I had a daughter after 20 years that I never knew about because the mom didn't fucking tell me, I'd be fucking pissed. And it's not like Donna didn't know how to reach them. I mean, if Sophie knew how to get a hold of these men, Donna could have done it too. Anyway, none of them decided to call Donna and find out what the fuck's going on here. Like first. And for all they know, Donna could be married. Donna could have other kids. For all they know. And how would that fuck up her family? You see what I mean? None of these questions are brought up in this movie. None of this shit is mentioned at all. When realistically it would be. You see what I'm saying here? How this movie makes so many fucking plot holes that they just ignore? How the fuck am I supposed to feel empathy for these characters when nobody's acting like a real fucking human being here? Alright, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.